Remember what it was like to be a kid? To explore and play. To roam free all day. In Jamestown, North Carolina, we get out of the grind and escape into the moment. People feel good here. Let loose here. Eat well here. Feel swell here. We go for a ride or an afternoon stroll. We cheer each other on. And go for the goal. Here, a treasured history meets the energy of a town on the rise. In a place with true heart and soul, and where we have our own special beat. Jamestown, North Carolina, where history and possibility meet.
Start in the correct order with the roll call.
Councilmember Glanville?
Here?
Councilmember Gibson?
Here.
Mayor Dickinson?
Here.
Councilmember Burgess?
Here.
Councilmember Westmoreland?
Here.
A quorum is present.
Thank you. Let's stand for a pledge of allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please observe a moment of silence. Thank you. Okay, Council, are there any items that need to be added or deleted from the agenda?
Yes, I make a request to add the consideration of approval of updated special events and sponsorship policy as the last item under new business, and to add the discussion of a personnel matter to the closed session.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Okay, let's see, how about the consent agenda? Do I hear a motion to approve the consent agenda?
I make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Okay, we'll now observe public comments. This is not the public hearing. Did anyone sign up for public comment?
Yes, Steve Luking?
Thank you. So my name is Steve Luking. I'm a retired family doctor from Reedsville, North Carolina, and I'm Senate District 26 Democratic candidate for the District of 26, which includes most of Jamestown. Please don't ask me to describe the gerrymandered edge here in the county. I would have to talk about 100 different terms. I did not get into politics. Politics came to me. About 15 years ago, while I was chief of staff at our local hospital, I saw that our state had the chance to expand Medicaid, which I knew would help rescue our hospitals that were in major trouble, and would help my working poor patients. And sadly, our state decided to take another path, and so I became quite politically active on the issue and was recognized as one of the top 3 docs in the state fighting those long 12 years for Medicaid. Once I retired, I decided I would take my political activity to an attempt to serve in the legislature. The last time I did run against Senator Berger, and as you know, my opponent now is my opponent now is Sheriff Sam Page. I'm going to be fighting hard for public education. There is a shame to be thinking that we're 50th in the nation as far as funding. There's no room for that in our state. We got to think about the kids. We got to think about the teachers. We're working so hard on their behalf. Even companies that are just ruthless in their thinking surely understand that skilled labor is a necessary thing, and we have to have a good education system for that. Medical care access is crucial, and as a rural family doctor for 35 years, I have many perspectives on that. I can't get into it all. But basically, legislation should be patient-centered. The insurance companies, the hospital systems, the pharmaceutical industry should take a backseat. And thirdly, tax fairness to working people and to property owners, and fairness to municipalities. The state is pushing all the expectations on the middle class, the working poor, the property owners, the local towns. I think we need to get our large corporations to step up to their share and make this a better system, and that's what I'll fight for. Thank you.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Steve.
Nobody else signed up.
Okay, thank you. Okay, we're already up to monthly reports, starting with our town manager, Matthew.
Good evening, council. Unfortunately, weather got the best of us again this year for National Night Out, but we will be hosting the Camel City Yacht Club. We'll be bringing us some yacht rock hits from the 70s, 80s on Friday, September the 4th from 6 to 10 here at Wren Miller Park. Hopefully the weather will be cooperative this time. Our annual Fall Litter Sweep takes place on September the 26th from 9 to 11 a.m. We would ask that you RSVP by calling Elizabeth Greason at Town Hall at 454-1138 if you would like to participate. Reminder that our town offices are closed on Monday, September 7th in observance of the Labor Day holiday, but there will be no changes to our solid waste collections. Our Main Street Waterline project update. Last time I gave you an update that they had taken some comments over to NCDOT. They got those back to us. We took those comments back to the contractor, and they've given us some more things to give back to DOT. So it's back and forth with DOT. But once the approval is received, town will schedule a meeting with our business and property owners along the affected route to help share some information and answer questions about that project. Our Main Street Corridor project, Jose was working on setting a meeting date that has been settled for August the 27th for a kickoff meeting. And council will host a special call meeting on August the 26th at 2 p.m. here in the council chambers to review the council strategic plan and rules of procedure. And the public is invited to attend that meeting. Any questions? Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, and council, any committee reports? I'll start. The Piedmont Triad Regional Council is canceled this month.
So I guess I'll go next. So our next High Point MPO meeting is on August the 25th at 10 o'clock at the High Point History Museum. That's where we'll be assigning local points to what the NCDOT affectionately calls its P8 process, Prioritization 8. So the importance of that process is that's where we as members of the TAC have a chance to assign points to projects for prospective new funding through the state DOT. So we've got a listing of things in our particular MPO area, regional projects, state projects, and those kinds of things. So if you have an interest, anybody listening in or anybody who would like to know more about it, you can either contact me or contact the folks with the High Point MPO, but again, that's August the 25th. The second thing is, based off of our last meeting, where I guess I volunteered to help with some work on the Oakdale sidewalk projects and specifically CMAQ funding need that we have for both of those projects, since those are state-funded, federal-funded projects. The manager has worked with and arranged a meeting for us to get together with representatives of the NCDOT. As far as I know, it's still scheduled on Wednesday, August the 26th, and we'll get together and we'll talk about sort of where we're at with the project development activities, what we need in the way of, what we think we need in the way of support funding, and see what they would suggest or recommend that we need to process the item either administratively through the DOT or probably some combination of the administration of DOT and the MPO. And then finally, I know I've had an update recently from folks with the NCDOT. One of our speakers, or a couple of our speakers in the past, have expressed some traffic safety concerns with the intersection of Dillon Road and the Jamestown Parkway. The DOT has already done a couple of things there that you wouldn't notice if you're just driving through it, but in nerdy traffic engineering vernacular, they have put in some more time for the all-red clearance phase. So basically all phases, all approaches say stop longer down than they did before. And then secondarily, they say that they're looking into an option of installing some be prepared to stop when flashing signs for signal indication, sort of similar to what they did on US 29 next to Furniture Land South. So I appreciate their responsiveness to that. I appreciate their responsiveness to some calls. I know I've made a couple of email inquiries about potholes and other things in the community. I know Susan was telling me this week that some other folks in the community have called them about issues with guardrails in the parkway.
Being repaired.
Being repaired, yeah. So, they're on it. But Wright Archer and his team with the NCDOT Division 7 office and the folks specifically in the division maintenance personnel, they do a great job for us, and we just want to say thank you and appreciate it very much. So sorry for the long report, but lots of transportation stuff flowing around, and that's in my blood, so I can't help myself.
It's always nice to get compliments.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, Parks and Recs met on August the 3rd. The discussions included golf courses, rates and resident discounts, and also senior discounts. Their goal is to simplify the rates but keep the changes consistent. Justin May did advise that on July the 6th, they completed an aerification and all went well, and the greens are doing well, so that's good news. There are some drainage projects that they'd like to tackle this winter, along with some sod areas that are on the freeway that does need additional attention. But overall, Parks and Recs are doing well, and their meetings are always productive.
Thank you.
Not a lot from the schools. As you can imagine, they're fairly busy at the moment. Schools are starting actually on Monday of this week. Just want to point out that Sarah's missing her, can't remember, consecutive open houses it is for a child to be here tonight. So we congratulate her, thank her for being here and taking the time to do that. But in all seriousness, there is a lot going on with schools. I don't know if you read in the paper, there's a lot of, they're getting started, but there have some funding issues as well, as probably a lot of people do. So certainly encourage you to think of them, at least during this week when they get started, but we'll be getting together in September, start talking about some other things to help during the year. So thank you.
And the planning board did not meet. That's an easy one.
Okay, we'll move on to the Guilford County Sheriff's. Is Sergeant Joseph here tonight? Oh, good, thanks.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Sergeant Joseph with the Sheriff's Office. For our monthly stats for July, we had 12 reports. 3 were thefts, 4 were assaults, 1 was a weapons offense after a traffic stop, and then 4 were other calls for service. For our calls for service, we had 145 calls for service. We did 130 self-initiated activities. We conducted 57 traffic stops and wrote 7 citations. Our average response time for the month was 9 minutes and 49 seconds. Our average reaction time was 6 minutes and 30 seconds. And a big issue that we're having throughout the county is people getting their cars broken into and also vehicles stolen. We highly recommend that people take their valuables inside when they go in and make sure you do not leave your keys in your car. And also, anytime the any law enforcement officer is never gonna call and ask you for money through Cash App, gift cards, Bitcoin, any of that. We've seen an uptick in our frauds and stuff like that. And that's all I have to report for tonight. Y'all have any questions?
Thank you. Was that an increase in response time? It seemed high, 9 minutes and something. It doesn't seem like it's usually that high.
Yeah, typically it's like 6 minutes and some change.
So, yes, our response time went up a minute from last month. From June to July, it went up a minute, and our reaction time went up for a minute. But we have also had multiple guard duties lately, so it's kind of shifted our staffing and stuff like that, so it's kind of increased across the border, so, yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, it's already time for Jose, old business.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. I'm here to reintroduce the rezoning request for the property located at 4909 Guilford College Road from agricultural zoning to conditional zoning, single-family residential, which was continued from the last regular meeting. The applicant has revised his conditions to address some of the prior comments, but before we get any further, I'm going to leave it to the applicant to say a couple of words, okay?
Okay.
Good evening,
Good evening.
Good evening.
Mayor and council members. Tonight, my intent was to share additional comments to the updated conditions, and then also our leadership team from Harvest wanted to give several good faith considerations that we're willing to do just to continue to do our best to be good neighbors. That was my intent tonight. However, around 4 o'clock, I received 2 documents from our neighbors, and one of those documents had additional requests I haven't seen up until right now. The other, they did have a civil engineer report submitted, and so I haven't been able to read it thoroughly. Candidly, I was at the dentist's office all day. But anyway, so I just want to respectfully request, because our team, we have to be able to take a look at it thoroughly with our teams on our board. I'd like to respectfully request that we have a continued time for the next meeting in September. I believe it's September 15th, so we can have adequate time to review this and be able to properly respond. Thank you.
Thank you. I think that seems to make some sense to me. I know that when and I appreciate the neighborhood sending us information, because we too received a copy of the petition, if you want to call it that, and also the water report. But I do think it makes some sense in an effort of good faith and trying to see what the church might be able to do to satisfy your concerns more fully. Plus with the engineer's report that we received today, I know at the last meeting I had suggested or requested that both of the engineers find a way to get together. I saw the report that you all provided with the neighborhood. Know that engineering firm well, know the principals there, I know the folks with the other engineering firm as well. And I do hope that they can schedule a time between now and theoretically next month to get together and sort of compare notes and come up with sort of an agreed-to set of issues, and then, as has been mentioned before, an agreed-to set of solutions and how that might be worked out between the neighborhood and the church, hopefully can be resolved there too. So I think that makes a lot of sense to me. I know that at least from my perspective, I'm always looking to give as much time for new information to be reviewed by all parties, to see what might be possible there before we act on it, before I act on it. So I guess with that, I'd like to make a motion to continue the public hearing to September 15th Town Council meeting at 6 p.m. in the council chambers without further advertisement.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you, it passes.
And I just would like to add that I want to thank everyone involved. I did get a chance to go out. The neighborhood had invited us out, and I did get a chance to go out. I appreciate all the work you all have done, hiring your own engineer. I know that's cost out of your pocket. I know that I think we had a productive time together. I appreciate the church and all that you've done. You've been very patient with this process. I know you're waiting for an answer so you can move forward or not move forward, however you decide to proceed. So I just really appreciate everyone who's worked really hard on this.
Thank you.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Do you want to wait till public comment? She would like to make a comment.
I just want to apologize for the report. I just got the report and sent it.
Oh, yeah, we did send that.
He was supposed to get it to me last Wednesday. Then I'm calling him on Friday, and then he says, "Do you want me to work over the weekend?" And I'm thinking, well, if you need to, but I didn't say that. Yesterday, I'm calling him, I still don't have the report. I said, "Our meeting is tomorrow," and I got it when I got it. I talked to him at 11 o'clock this morning.
Right.
He said, "I still have some things I'm tweaking on it, and it's full of a lot of tables that have." He knows what those mean. I don't.
I'm glad we have extra time to
I'm just
review
saying,
it.
as soon as
Yeah,
I got it, I sent it to y'all, I sent it to him, and I sent it to my neighbors.
got it.
We
Thank
appreciate
you.
No worries. I mean, my perspective is everybody has been working in good faith together, and what you say that you're going to do, I fully believe that. And just, sometimes things work out like this where it doesn't get to us or get to others, until the last minute, and that's all okay. We've got an ability now to thoroughly review it, hopefully have some additional dialogue between the church and the neighborhood and see what might be possible. So, thank you.
Great. All right.
Thank you, guys.
Okay, Matthew, the interlocal agreement.
Yes, good evening. Staff is requesting the council approval of a new interlocal agreement between the town, Guilford County, and Guilford County Sheriff's Office for law enforcement services effective July 1, retroactive of this year. The agreement replaces the original 1991 contract, which has been in continuous effect for approximately 35 years. As you know, the town contracts with the Guilford County Sheriff's Office for two components of law enforcement service. There's the traditional law enforcement services, which are the same baseline coverage that all municipalities within the county receive, that will be continuing independent of this agreement for as long as we remain incorporated. Excuse me. The augmented law enforcement services would result, because of the budgetary issues we had this year, 4 dedicated, specifically assigned deputy sheriffs funded by the town, providing enhanced coverage within town limits. Our key terms of this new interlocal agreement would continue year to year with no renewal required, and any party may terminate with 90 days written notice or immediately for an uncured material breach. That's legal terms. Terminates automatically if the parties can't agree to the annual payment amount by June the 15th for the upcoming fiscal year. In fiscal year 27, the annual payment was set forth in attachment 1, which we did get to you. County proposed future year amounts to us by March 1st annually. Guilford County Sheriff's Office retains the authority over their deputy selection, training, discipline, and assignment. And vehicle ownership, this is another key term, will change. The prior agreement will be terminated. Going forward, the county will own, purchase, lease, and maintain all of the vehicles for use with their augmented services, and the town will release any claimed vehicles previously titled under that arrangement. If you have any questions, be happy to answer them to the best of my abilities, or we can ask Rob.
I don't
I'm
have-
actually very glad that it's been updated since 1991.
This has been a tour, hasn't it?
Yes,
An exercise.
So I will make that statement. But
Yeah, I guess a couple things. First of all, I wanted to, personally thank the sheriff and his team for the work and the effort that they put into it. I guess the county attorney who works with the sheriff's department, and also Rob. I mean, it's been a labor of effort over the past 6 to 9 months or longer to try to get to this point. But I'm glad we're there, because I do think there's a couple of important things that are now defined, excuse me, with this agreement that we haven't previously had. One is the element that Matthew mentioned about traditional law enforcement services. And to me, that effectively responds to and answers one of the questions I had of the sheriff about if we make a change in our relationship with our funding parameters and what we'd like in the way of support services, will we still be guarantee what I call 24/7, 365 response from the Sheriff's Department. And I think that's clarified in this agreement, that we're receiving the same level of response activity through these traditional enforcement services that other communities are that are like us, that aren't paying for a supplemental contract arrangement, which goes to the second point. The augmented law enforcement services that we are paying for, we are specifically directly assigned for deputies in the District 3 substation, and they do have 4 patrol shifts. So as long as the deputy's not out on personal leave, vacation, sick, we will be guaranteed that support of having a deputy inside the town limits on a continuous basis. And so we did all that this year and wrapped it up at a lower cost than we actually had initially budgeted. So I think right now we've got budgeted like $475,000. But just wanted to say, thanks to everybody for working through it, sticking to it, getting it done. Hopefully when we make a motion to approve it here in a minute, hopefully. Because I do think it's important as we run into these legacy agreements and as we continue to sort of keep our eyes on the, physical stewardship of the town and our responsibilities for oversight in that regard, that we use these as opportunities to continue to be satisfied with the services that we're buying from these providers and the support that we receive. So, thank you.
Well said. All right, anyone else?
I would just like to say, before we vote, so just to explain myself a little bit, so my vote was probably going to sound counterintuitive to what I've been saying this entire time, but everyone knows here that I've been the primary one to say I don't think we should budget this money for the Sheriff's Department. It's nothing against the Sheriff's Department or their staff or their services. I think they're wonderful at what they do. I respect the police officers very much. I know their job is a very, very difficult job. They put themselves in harm's way every single day. I truly respect what they do for our community. My big thing has just been, I don't feel like we need to pay through our Jamestown property taxes on top of what we already pay through our Guilford County taxes, and I'm satisfied with the services we would get if we were not paying for this augmented service. But that being said, because the council decided to fund the augmented services, I think it's very important that we have a contract while we do that. So when we vote, it may be like, why is she voting that way? And that's fine.
Okay, great. Anybody got anything else to add?
No, I'm just kind of glad that it's we've worked through this for a couple of years now, so finally we are where we should be.
Yep. All right. Do I hear a motion to approve the interlocal, what do we call this thing?
I'll make a motion to approve the interlocal agreement with the Guilford County for law enforcement services in the town of Jamestown as presented.
All right.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thank you. That one passes. Now, on to new business. We have a vacancy to fill on the Parks and Recreation Committee and an alternate as well. So, let's see. Katie.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. There are currently 2 vacancies on the Parks and Recreation Committee for full-time members. There are 3 applicants for consideration. They include Doug Hayworth, Allison Greason, and Donna McDaniel. Staff recommends that council appoint an applicant to serve the unexpired term of Richard Clapp, which ends in June 2027, and that council appoint an applicant to serve the unexpired term of Will Grant, which ends in February 2027. Council will also need to appoint an alternate to serve if the current alternates, Doug Hayworth and Allison Greason, are appointed to the full-time positions.
Okay.
I make a motion to appoint Allison Greason to serve the unexpired term of Richard Clapp and to appoint Douglas Hayworth to serve the unexpired term of Will Grant and to appoint Donna McDaniel to serve as Parks and Rec's alternate member.
All right.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And I'd like to thank each and every one of them for their services.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Katie. Okay, Matthew, you're up again.
All righty. Staff is requesting the council discuss and give us some direction on a merged sponsorship and special events participation policy, which combines a sponsorship policy, which our town attorney wrote, with what is essentially our existing special events policy into one single governing document. We currently operate under two separate unreconciled policies, a general sponsorship policy that covers facilities and programs and property, and a special event-specific participation policy, and this would merge it into one document for consistency and ease of administration, and updates it to be compliant with current law. If you have any questions, I'd be glad to answer them at this time.
That was a large document to read.
It is.
I
It's
did-
big.
Yes.
It's big.
I think just sort of in skimming through the document, because we did sort of get it last week or the week before last, my days have gotten mixed up now. I went away
That
for
vacation brain. that
went
goes
away for a
away.
week.
Yeah.
But I do appreciate the fact of, you know, the component of the sponsorship policy that's in here. I don't know if that's new, if it's been modified, it's all been merged. But I do think it provides us with some new and interesting opportunities to work with local businesses, vendors, others, in helping to underwrite some of the town events from time to time, which will ultimately end up improving both the quality and the quantity of what we're able to do and provide to the community in way of events and activities. So I like that. I know that we do have a pending opportunity out there. I don't know if you want to mention something about that.
I was going to
Or if we
do
just
it
need
in
to
the
be
back.
silent about that for
Yeah,
now.
shameless plug for the Fall Classic at the Jamestown Park Golf Course here and coming up in October. One of the things that Scott was interested in making sure that we got this done this evening is because they're going to be asking for sponsorships for that. I think he has at least one lined up right now, which is fantastic.
That is great.
This will help us. And this is as I explained during the briefing, is a larger sort of umbrella under which it would allow us to look at each of our events separately and come up with sponsorship levels for each of those. Fall Classic being one of those examples of where we could do that. So thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, does that one need a,
Rob? Just very briefly jumping, because I know I wasn't there for Friday's briefing, and this is something that I worked with Matthew to put together. The biggest concern from a legal standpoint is that we've got a structure in place that everyone knows what the rules are before we go out and start soliciting people to do things. Obviously, anytime that we're allowing somebody to sponsor, we get into First Amendment free speech stuff. We don't ever want to have a situation where it looks like we're endorsing a particular viewpoint or a particular commercial speaker or anybody else. So by having the policies and stuff set out in front, people can approach us and say, look, I'd like to sponsor at the $5,000 level. I know that that includes X, Y, and Z for this particular event. The old policy was extremely broad, didn't have any real structure or system for a sponsorship at all. This narrows that down, I think protects the town to make sure that there's not an appearance that we're favoring one person or the other, but still leaves open the ability for the town to change the sponsorship levels for each event and each type of thing that we're doing, right? As long as we're publishing that and making that known beforehand, I think that really provides some protections for the town.
Thank you.
all right, any more discussion, or do I have a motion to approve?
So I'd like to make a motion to approve the updated sponsorship and special events policy as presented.
Second?
Did you second? Second, I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. While we're talking about golf, too, I'm excited about the First Lady, Jamestown Ladies Park Golf Association Tournament coming up on 9/11.
Okay.
On the 25th anniversary of 9/11. And I think that's going to kick off in the morning with an observance and ceremony, you know, in honor of that day. So, yeah, that's really exciting. Lots happening at the golf course.
Yeah,
All
they're
right.
doing a really great job over there.
All right, Katie, did anyone sign up for the second?
Nobody signed up.
Okay. Any other business? All right, then I think we're going to be, I'm going to ask for a motion to go into closed session to discuss per GS 143.310, to discuss a matter related to attorney-client privilege and a personnel matter.
I make a motion to go into closed session per General Statute 143-318 to discuss a matter related to attorney-client privilege and a personnel matter.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye. That's loud. Second.
All in
Aye.
favor?
Aye.
Okay. And we,
All right,
Make
now,
a motion to adjourn.
the,
No,
no, not yet. In the matter regarding 301 Lee Street, I make a motion to accept the offer of Fourth Harbor LLC dated August 13th, 2026, conditioned upon fair.
Let me read it, and then you just say.
Okay, yep.
The motion is to accept the offer of Fourth Harbor LLC dated August 13th, 2026, conditioned upon Fourth Harbor becoming authorized to do business in North Carolina and upon submission of the deposit required in accordance with North Carolina general statutes, and authorize the town clerk to advertise the proposed sale of 301 Lee Street in accordance with North Carolina general statutes.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
all in favor?
Aye. I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.